honor to welcome all of you here today. Thanks for being here. They've asked me to open with a prayer before we begin today, so please join me. Almighty God, creator of heaven and earth, of everything that has been, that is, or will ever be, we thank you for sharing your power of creation with us, the created. You gave us the ability to create beauty, peace, and justice through music and dance and art. What an awesome thing to have in common with you. We gather today with heavy hearts to ask for your unending compassion to flow to the people of Ukraine. Today, in particular, we lift up our kindred spirits, both known and unknown to us, who create beauty through their gifts of art in a place so devastated by such senseless and brutal violence. We ask you to soften the hearts of the oppressors and give comfort and peace to the oppressed. Bless those gathered here today to show solidarity and support for our Ukrainian friends, colleagues, and family members. And when peace returns to Ukraine, bless the Ukrainian people with art, music, dance, peace, joy, and justice anew. Hear our prayers, God. In your almighty and most holy name we pray. Amen.
Good afternoon and welcome. Let's begin with a round of applause for our musicians who just welcomed us with the befitting piece, God Keep Ukraine. My name is Teresa Smith-Levin, and I am the Executive Director of Central Florida Vocal Arts and Opera del Sol, and I am so pleased to be here hosting our Artists United for Peace concert today. My organization is on a mission to use our platform in performing arts to build a better community, and today that means a more peaceful global community of artists. Today's concert will highlight the experience of Ukrainian ballerina Anastasia Miroslavskaya, but sadly her story and recollections are not unique. Thousands of refugees share her harrowing experience. In addition to lending your voice and support today, we would ask those who are able to consider making a financial gift to those escaping the violence in Ukraine. Financial support is the most direct way we can make a tangible impact on protecting Ukrainians and striving toward peace. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the visionary behind this concert today, my friend Ricardo Canchola.
Thank you, Teresa, and thank you, everyone, for attending today, and for those of you watching around the world, thank you. Also to our magnificent number of musicians, this is all volunteer work coming from their heart. Terry Olson for supporting this endeavor, and Sergei Kosenko for putting the musicians and the music together. Teresa, Gabriel Preiser, Alexandra Vargas, Tom O'Keefe, everyone is from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Those of you who know me very much know I like to stay behind the cameras, but in this occasion, I wanted to speak from my heart, and it's going to be tough because I have lived the horrors that my friends, the artists in Ukraine, are going through. I constantly spend time on video with them, and I have heard firsthand bullets flying outside their homes. I have seen them running to shelter, and it breaks my heart, to see and to think that at any given moment, a bullet is going to come through their window, or a missile is going to hit their home, or a beast is going to come through the door and take the child away and do horrible things. As a father, it terrifies me to see what these lovely people of peace artists do. So never underestimate the power of an artist coming together to scream for peace. Thank you very much.
Today's narrative is based on the first-hand accounts and text messages of Ukrainian ballerina Anastasia Miroslavskaya and have been translated from their original Russian. Hello, are you sleeping? Yes. Wake up, bombs are flying. This is how the morning of February 24th began. Howling sirens, the sounds of gunshots and explosions, armed people in the streets, bomb shelters, destroyed buildings, blood and death. In the blink of an eye, it all became our reality, like a horror movie come to life. Do you remember when the possibility of it seemed so unreal? Even now, it seems to be just a nightmare. Before this, I believed that to know oneself deeply, one needed solitude. As it turns out, massive destruction and a primal need for survival reveal more than any method of psychotherapy ever could. All trigger points become clear. All vulnerable spots are visible and poignant. What is truly important for me? What do I want? What kind of a person am I? World history is now a part of my own history. Humans can cause destruction, but we can also create anew within ourselves and around us. We can create the strongest, most unshakable, and supremely magnificent world of peace.
Our next musical selection is something that I wrote as a teenage version of me in late 1980s, just when the peace was finally achievable in the world through the agreements between the most powerful leaders. It's called, with an unassuming name, Sonata Fantasia, but I decided to give it a new title that is more revealing, Next Century. It's based on two poems originally written in Russian. I translated them into English, so today we're going to have a world premiere of this piece and a US premiere as such with the English translation of these poems. It's dedicated to the fight for peace originally. That's how I wrote on the score. And what it is, it's a piano fantasia with narration incorporated into it. It begins with the creation of the world, or depiction of it, and then creation of human being as the pinnacle, and then in musical language, kind of almost like a movie for your ears, it goes into what horrors we have also created as a civilization. And then when the narration comes in, it becomes pretty evident what the piece is specifically about. And as it goes and ebbs and flows in the middle, you will hear some of the beauty that planet Earth has to offer. And towards the end, you will also hear what cataclysms could happen to the planet Earth. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Gabriel Pricer, the director of Orlando Opera Orlando. He is going to be the first U.S. narrator for this composition.
next century will come, or perish cold. Or, in the midst of raucous fire at last, the calendars reverse and burn out our past. And ancient text, in temples yet not found, melt down in tears, seceding to the ground. Show that the heavenly tide may bring forth roots supported by fruits of the earth. Solar wind in the luminous sputters, at our feet it diffracts and it clutters. So the grass could stream up to the sky, sprouting flowers on a tidal wave high. so that next century may actually unfold.
Thank you very much. And while the music group is making its way back to the stage, I'd like to introduce our next few selections. But before that, of course, Theresa Smith Levin has a narrative for us. And after that, Alexandra Vargas, who is going to be featured vocalist in the next set, will introduce our songs.
Before we continue with our program, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our Orange County Mayor, Mayor Jerry Demings, and welcome him to the stage for a few words.
Good afternoon. I want to thank all of you for being here today to participate in this program. As Orange County Mayor, I applaud our artists for coming together to promote peace during this wartime in Ukraine. My staff from Orange TV is here to help memorialize the occasion today. Central Florida is known as a very diverse and multicultural community. Although every refugee from any conflict zone is a tragedy, the brutal scale of attacks on the Ukraine takes an unprecedented level of brutality that perhaps we have not seen since World War II. But thankfully, we, the Central Florida community, want to extend a helping hand to as many of the artists and their families who have lost their income due to the military conflict. Additionally, we want to help women and children and families with financial assistance as they relocate to various countries around the world. We hope that today's efforts can make a difference to the families who are in need. I hope this gathering of noble hearts resonates across other communities so they can unite and organize similar events that will become force multipliers of solidarity and support for the Ukrainian people. Thank you so much. God bless.
April 6th, 2022, 2:47 a.m. I am fine. There were quite a lot of sirens at night, but everything is okay. 9:54 a.m. I decided to leave and go to Holland. I understand that I have to send Peter my information, right? And he can look for something appropriate after that. 12:11 p.m. There are no tickets left for tomorrow, so I will be leaving on April 8th.
Our first selection is Dивлюсь я на небо as I gaze onto the sky in the Ukrainian language. Дивлюсь я на небо, та й думку гадаю, чому я не сокіл, чому не літаю. далеко за хмари, подалі від світу, шукать собі долі на горе привіту і ласки у зірок у сонця просить у світі їх ясним все горе втопить. Бо долі ще змалку здаюсь я не любий, я наймить у неї хлопцюга приблудний, чужий я у долі, чужий хіба ж кохає нерідних дітей, кохаюся ліхом і щастя не знаю, і гірко без долі свій коропаю, і у горі світ знав я, що тільки одна далеке небо, моя сторона. У горі світ знав я, що тільки Sergei Kosenko is going to sing Cranes, Журавли.
This song was written, originally the poem was written in Avar language from the mountains of the Caucasus. Then it was translated into Russian, and today you will hear an English translation of it. So translation of a translation of a translation. And then if you add music to it, that's the fourth translation there. Music is written by Jan Frenkel, who was a very prominent songwriter, composer, and by that I mean professional composer who actually wrote songs in 1960s and 70s, and I think he died in early 80s, but right before he died, he actually gave me his songbook, signed, of course, and the song is in it. the metaphor is that the poet looks in the sky again. The sky is the motive here, and he sees a flock of white cranes traversing the skyline, and all of a sudden it seems to him that the soldiers who die in combat, instead of perishing in the ground, actually become those cranes, and when they call out to us, it's to remind us of the sacrifices they made.
Sometimes I think the soldiers who have vanished, who did not come back home from blood-filled plains, did not perish in our ground so tarnished, instead becoming flocks of snow-white cranes. They soar with grace, encircling fields and mountains, and all the while exude their mournful cries. Is that the reason for our somber countenance, as we in silence gaze into the sky? This is the original. Мне кажется, порой, что солдаты с кровавых не пришедшие полей не в землю нашу полегли когда-то, а превратились в белых журавлей. Они до сей поры с времен тех дальних летят и подают нам голоса. Не потому ли так часто и печально мы замолкаем, глядя в небеса? Sometimes I think the soldiers who have vanished, who did not come back home from blood-filled plains, they did not perish in a ground so tarnished, instead becoming flocks of snow-white cranes. Thank you.
Now we will perform Leonard Bernstein's Somewhere from West Side Story.
April 8th, 10:50 a.m. Now I'm near Letachif and writing in my diary, dreaming of my new life there. April 9th, 8:36 a.m. We are still at the border. Today, a new law was made and drivers must register, and we are stuck 14 hours at the border. Peter's lawyer and sister wrote me yesterday. They said that I could stay with them for a while and complete the paperwork, but I do not understand what I am to do if I am to stay there for a long time. Peter says that the state allocates money for rent, and I have heard that too. I wrote the lawyer, but so far he has not answered me. I hope I won't disturb Peter if I must stay long. And I still need to get to Berlin. I was supposed to be in Rusklof 4 hours ago, and now I don't know where I can spend the night or even how long it will take to pass the Ukrainian border. And then the Polish border? It is all still unknown. April 9th, 1:25 p.m. We have only now crossed the Polish border. So I'll be in Rusklof by morning and won't need a hotel. Hopefully, I'll be able to leave for Berlin straight away. April 10th, 5:32 a.m. I'm in Berlin. I have plans to take a train to The Hague. April 11th, 5:49 a.m. I have arrived and feel much better here. I can feel life again inside of me. I also speak English all the time because the girl I am living with is American. Can you imagine? 6:03 a.m. My mother and sister found a sponsor in Britain and are doing the paperwork now. April 12th, 5:08 a.m. Did you see I made it into the Berlin newspaper? A journalist caught us on the street yesterday and I took our picture. 5:26 a.m. I truly did not understand how morally crushing military conflicts are. I'm happy with my decision to leave.
There's a place for us, somewhere a place for us, peace and quiet and open air, wait for us somewhere. There's a time for us, someday a time for us, time together with time to spare, time
April 13th, 10:15 a.m. I will go to Amsterdam next week to connect with other Ukrainians there. My head is overwhelmed by everything that has happened. I need to come to my senses. April 14th, 5:10 p.m. It's very difficult to find accommodations in Amsterdam. I don't know if I can stay here or if I should go back to The Hague. April 15th, 8:42 a.m. Yesterday, I cooked dinner with a neighbor. I'm starting to like the city. April 17th, 8:53 a.m. I need time to process everything and reconnect with myself. April 18th, 8:20 a.m. Tomorrow, I'm going to government officials to ask for assistance in finding a place to live. For about a week, they will send me to a shared group home for refugees and then, hopefully, give me my own room there after that. I am trying to take a chance at something better. April 19th, 1:01 p.m. It's been a crazy day. I have been sent to live in another city for a short time. It's awful, if I'm to be honest. I need to stay here for a few days, though, and hope they will find a place for me to live. It doesn't feel very safe here because everything is open. I hope there are normal people here, This is a place where both men and women are together without walls and partitions and shared showers. I can't even leave my things here. I have only a rubber bed amongst all the people. But I'm not sure I can live anywhere else until they give me a registration number and a card. I was told that I cannot leave this place until they give me my own number. Otherwise, they will remove me from the registration list entirely.
The piece that we played for you just now was written by Ukrainian composer Miroslav Skorik. It's called Melody. Very, very somber piece. Our next mini set, however, is very contrasting to this. Please welcome on stage Tom O'Keefe, who will do something completely different with us here. Not to spoil his thunder. Welcome, Tom.
Well, I'm very honored. Sergey invited me to come represent Central Florida and Orlando's more rock and roll community, and I'm very honored to be here. You may recognize a couple of these. With every breath you take, every move you make, every vow you break, every claim you stake, I'll be watching you. And every single day, every word you say, every night you stay, every heart you break, I'll be watching you. Look, can you see that you belong to me? And how my poor heart aches with every step you take, and every move you make, every vow you take, every night you stay, every claim you stake, I'll be watching you. Well, since you're gone and lost without a trace, dreaming that I could only see your face. Look around and it's you I can't replace. Been so long and I won't feel your embrace. Keep crying, baby, baby, please. Oh, can you see you belong with me? How my poor heart aches with every step you take, every move you make, every night you stay, every claim you stake, every heart you break, I'll be watching you. Every move you make, every night you stay, I'll be watching you. And I'll be watching you. Every move you make,
April 19th, 2:35 p.m. Peter's sister brought me food today to the home. I'm afraid to leave because I have nowhere to lock up my things. April 20th, 8:29 a.m. I'm going to stay with Peter's sister, but I will not be able to live with her very long. I have an appointment back in The Hague next month to look for housing there. In The Hague, you can find a room for rent, but I need to have a job there first, and I can only get a job if I am registered, and my registration won't be finalized until next month. I will try to find a family that can take me in the meantime. April 23rd, 5:07 a.m. I spent all day yesterday looking for housing options. So far, everything is very difficult. April 24th, 7:17 p.m. I found a very good family, and I will live with them. They have a private room for me in a very nice area. I'm moving tomorrow.
Song about the power of love, no matter the distance. So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. Well, nothing else matters. I never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it our way. All these words I don't just say, and nothing else matters. The trust I seek and I find in you. Every day for us something new. An open mind for a different view, and nothing else matters. Never care for what they do. Never care for what they know. But I know so close, no matter how far. We couldn't be much more from the heart. Oh, forever trusting who we are, and nothing else matters. Never cared for what they do. Never cared for what they know. But I know trust I seek, and I find in you. And every day for us something new. Open mind for a different view, and nothing else matters. I never cared for what they say, never cared for games they play, never cared for what they do, never cared for what they know. And I know
For our last set of music, I would like to welcome to the stage the combined choirs of Opera Orlando, Central Florida Vocal Arts, and Orlando Sings, under the baton of Dr. Andrew Manier, founder and director of Orlando Sings, with soloist Sienna Limo.
imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us on the sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living for today. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Thank you so much.
Put your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky with the sweet silver song of the lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on, with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk
April 25th, 5:40 a.m. Today was the first night in a long time when I slept well. May 5th, 3:06 a.m. All of us in my family are feeling a little sad and lost right now. We are scattered all over the world, and it's not clear what will happen next. The uncertainty makes us sad. But on the whole, I'm doing well, so I don't let myself feel sad. I try to spend my days getting to know the city. True, I'm still in that place in my head. Just a couple of days ago, I heard a siren in my dreams and awoke suddenly. But of course, it wasn't real. I understand that my condition is temporary. This will be fine. It will just take time.
And this concludes our concert. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you to the First Methodist Church for hosting this. Thank you for Orange TV for broadcasting it. Thank you to the Interactive Academy for helping produce it. Thank you to our musicians and our choirs and choir directors and all the other singers and soloists. And thank you again for coming. Have a great day.